Kenobi here, only one. I don't know, I think I'm... Oh, hang on a minute. Whoa. I think I'm live. I don't know. I just saw some people who were already there. Look at this. I brought my own balloons to my own party. You know what? It's quite funny having your birthday or whatever, during this whole lockdown thing. But, we are blessed with technology. Technology. What is that all about? Is it good or is it whack? Let's see who we have here already in the chat. So we've got Ryan, aka Rogue Avery. How you doing, Ryan? Why don't Hasbro give a... Hang on a minute, let me just get this sorted out. I've got the B. We said we've got the B-O-E. He said that you know me. We've got the B-O-E. He said that you know me. He's backstage. Got some special guests. If you know what the acronym B-O-E stands for, you will know who is backstage. Yeah, hi, Ryan. Why don't Hasbro give 40-year, 3 3/4 inch screen aquaret figures? Not sure what you mean by that. I'll come back to that one. We've got Nigel Smith here. We've got some celebrities here, ladies and gentlemen, today. Nigel Smith, the man, the myth, the legend that is. Hello there, Ilbiftman. If you are watching this on the replay, I decided last night it was my 40th. I was going to say 40th anniversary there. Christ, YouTube hasn't even been going 40 years. What I mean is it's my 40th. It was my 40th birthday. And I was a bit squiffy last night, and I thought to myself, I'll do a live stream just to kind of, spend a bit of time with my one and Obi's subscribers, it'd be nice. So here we are. Thank you for joining me. And it's obviously not going to clash with a big live stream that's happening later on tonight. By the way, I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Please let me know. It's a bit late for me to be asking that. I've been waffling on for the last 5 minutes. I think you maybe can. So there's a big live stream later. There's the Vintage Collection show. That's Tim from Bosk's Bounty. I believe his special guest. Oh, my God, yeah, he's got Yak Face on. That's a big show. And SWTVC, which has got a great... I don't quite know who that is other than I know their Instagram. And it's amazing. I love all the pictures. Every picture I ever see them post. Liked, because they're just so good. Daniel Chart. Hi, Daniel. I might just change the screen here a bit. Hang on. What am I doing? That hasn't worked. I don't quite know what I'm doing there. Give me a minute. Sorry. Daniel Chart, thank you. Happy 40th birthday. How's it feel being middle-aged now? I know it's crazy. I tell you something, man. When I think back to when I was 30, that seems like a long time ago. What I was doing with my life then and now. But, when you hit 35, you think, oh, okay, it'll be a quite slow journey to 40. But tell you what, bang, that went very quick. Biker Scout 74. Hello, man. Good evening. Thanks for coming. Eric Lou. And then we've got Lang Teach Lewis. And then we've got, who else? Thank you all for joining. Miles Parry Jones. Pygon Milo. Welcome. Oh, man, this is a blast from the past. Look at his hair there, man. That's it, man. We used to go to university together in our frat days. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Milo? 1980s Star Wars guy. Hello there. Fellow figure collectors, James. How you doing, James? Man, it's good to see you here as well. Paul Morales. How's it going? At Only One Kenobi. Very well. Very good, thank you. I had a good night last night. I had a really nice night. And then, obviously, I felt like I saw a lot of people because of Zoom. I did a thing in work. I saw all my colleagues together because... the ins and outs of my work, some people are in, some people are out. So it was just amazing seeing them all on the screen, and it was just a lovely thing at work. And then saw family later on, also via Zoom. Jared Coyle, Jed, the man, the myth, the legend that is. Luis Escalante, Dean Birch. Oh, thank you, Dean. You can hear me. Good. Very good. Tim Bainbridge. Hello there, Tim. I'm just breezing through the chat. Seems to be going here. Thank you very much. Happy birthday there. Hugo Dude, good evening. David Wells, Jedi Hunted. Wow, there's loads of people already. Thank you very much. And Christine Tyrell. So it's quite funny. I was just going to say that the demographics of my channel, maybe I'm one of the, when I look at the demographics, I'm fascinated by YouTube analytics. And the demographics are vastly people who are older than me. I presume that's got something to do with the content. Look at the age of the child. Grogu, he's in his 50s, and the bulk of the original figure collecting fans are at 50s, and the TVC, no doubt, really pulls those people in. And then we've got people 40s and 30s, and there's some in the 20s, but mainly it's people. I'm now in that club and that bracket over 40. Well, I'm 40 now. Fantastic. So we've also got, wow, the Forces with Jesse is another special guest coming in today. He is also backstage. So we're going to bring them in one by one. I just thought I'd have a little chat with you all. And very quickly, I will show you before I bring those guys on what I did get for my birthday. This came in the post today. This is a Qui-Gon Jinn, which I, out of nowhere, decided to get because of the fact that I have been doing this custom. Let me just get this 1 second there. Let's get rid of that there. I've been doing this custom Dooku, this light side Dooku from the 2005 Dooku. I actually managed to get a hilt and I've put a blue saber on it. I'm fascinated with Count Dooku. I'm going to do some more videos on him, but I wanted to get a Qui-Gon to go with him. So I had a little look around. I've seen this figure before and never been interested in it, but I decided that, he's a training attire Qui-Gon, but he looks so expanded universe. He would look so nice stood next to that Dooku I've made. So I'll make a separate video on that. I am going to open later on Chira Imwe that I managed to not do for my quick shots. I got an amazing gift off my sister yesterday. This, which is I'm going to have to angle it so you don't get screen glare. That is a Ralph McQuarrie original print from Luke. It says original vintage, 1975, 80, and 82 prints from concept art paintings by Ralph McQuarrie, not a reprint. So that's an amazing gift. She told me that she had been looking at one that was that one, which obviously everyone knows that image, and also the X-Wing one, which is, the one I mean, going down the trench run. And she ended up getting that one. And I said to her, well, do you know what? I don't think I've actually seen that one. And it's brilliant. It's got a bit of everything. You've got the cockpit there, Death Star, the Falcon. So that was amazing. So I'm really glad she got that one. So that's going to be hanging up on the wall somewhere in this home of mine. And so it's been an amazing 40th. And thank you all these people, for joining me here. I'm not quite sure where I was up to with the chat, but I shall pull it back up. So am I the warm-up act? Indeed. Yes, I'm going to warm the crowd, buddy, while people enter. Christine Tyrell. I think I was up to Christine's one there. Thank you very much for wishing me a happy birthday there. You talked about American Hasbro figures delay, but people in Northern Ireland going to face problems in April with custom charges. Yeah, absolutely. That's interesting stuff, isn't it? So I think what I might do now is I might bring one of my guests in. Speak up, can't hear nout. I'm really sorry, Daniel. You can't hear nothing? That's really bad. Let me know also if you are hearing nothing. Anyone else? I'm not quite sure why I can't change the screen here. I really don't know how to change anyway. Paul Whiteley, thanks for coming by. Right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in my special guests right now. Bring him in.
Hi. Happy birthday.
Hello there. Happy birthday, mate.
Thanks for joining me. You've got the Forces with Jesse and we've got Black Knight Ewok. Can you hear me okay, fellas?
Yeah. Can you hear me good?
Perfect, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, these are not so good, but I really haven't got the best computer for a camera. And I did try and do it on my phone as well, but I don't think it works. You've got to be on a laptop, haven't you, fellas? I think you can join on a phone, but you've got to host on a laptop. Am I right? I don't know.
Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't tried it on a phone, but
yeah. Not sure. Right.
I have no idea, man. My microphone stand just broke, so.
So yeah, it's so great to see so many people joining us here. There you go. That's better. I think what the problem was before, I was trying to do this like that. I think it's got something to do with who you've got with you. Oh wow, look at that one. I'll just keep it like that. Hello there, Paul. Hello there, Bobby Williams. Thank you very much. Nice photograph. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I'm really pleased with that. That was like one of my gifts yesterday. Absolutely made it with that. Delvian Seek is here. Catherine T. How are you doing? Good evening or good morning or wherever you are. Dean Holmes. I think we are pretty much up to date there. So how are you doing, fellas? How's it been for you today?
Well, just doing the proverbial sweet FA today. You sort of, you know, I had to do something on the laptop earlier, so I decided to edit a video, which I haven't done for quite a while, and it's up on YouTube, and it's typical blackout Ewoks fare, which is just
waffle.
no waffle in
Good
this
waffle.
One. It's music.
No waffle.
And,
yeah.
Each figure. Yeah,
that's cool. And Jesse, I'm sorry about earlier. I woke up really late. Well, it was about 11 when I actually woke up.
All good.
No sensitive head.
No problem at all. No, I just had a nice little 7-hour nap between my stream and yours, so it was good. Wow. Yeah,
it's insane seeing you now. You've been to sleep since we spoke. It would have been the evening for you, right?
Yeah. It's 6:45 in the morning now, so
yep.
Well,
I'm fresh. I've got my coffee. I'm good to go.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good. I might have a coffee after this. But we'll probably be about an hour or so. We'll be on. Hey, I did also invite Tim. I didn't think he would be able to come on. Spoilers. I was supposed to be keeping all this secret who the guests were, but he's got a stream after this. But he said he would. If he could, he would jump on, which would be nice. So who else do we have here? We have C Moles. Can you see him? Can you see Moles? Good evening. That's a terrible joke. Jesus, I get over 40 and I'm hitting jokes like that. And we've got Roland. Well, hello there, Roland Rivites. How are you, man? And J Guys Customs or Custom. Nice to see you too. All these regulars. Mark Shabby, mate. I know why you've come on. You just want to hear my impression of you, don't you, mate? Hey? I love Mark Shabby. Oh man. Do you guys have the same problem as me? Like, do you watch his videos and then get the song stuck in your head, or like for an hour or more?
Always, but I just wish it was like on background of my life. Like, it's so good.
I want a copy of it, so when I go around a supermarket, I hear that music and I'll be like, start running like supermarket sweep. Fantastic! It's just so funny. And thanks very much, Shabby. I just bought some custom Boba Fett accessories from Mando Season 2 for the vintage figures.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Nice.
I presume is that a poncho or something? Is that when he's wearing because he has the armor underneath that black thing, doesn't he? And you know what else, man? I saw a video before by, I don't know if you saw this one, anyone, but what's he called now? Johnny Star Wars did a video, and he was talking about the new Boba Fett coming out, and there's the orange card variant, and then there's the yellow card, and I suddenly got really nervous thinking, which one am I going to get?
Both, obviously.
I hope. But I'm also nervous if the orange comes first, it'll be, you won't want to open it, will you?
Most likely not. I mean, I'd keep it on the card unless you get 2 oranges, and then if the yellow comes afterwards, then
Yeah.
So.
But I kind of definitely want the yellow out of the 2 of them. I don't know what your thoughts are on that one, fellas, but that's the yellow's the classic long shot of him. But what he was talking about in the video, it was news to me. I thought that it was orange. There'd been talk of yellow, but I hadn't seen any images, so I don't know if anyone can confirm if Hasbro Pulse have released the yellow image, or that's just a mock-up.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they'll address it on their Fan First Friday stream, because they tend to address a few little things like concerns among the fan community and stuff. So
yeah,
we'll see. But
yeah, we've also got Papa Good. Hi there, Papa man.
Hi.
Yeah, congratulations on your 1,000. That was a while ago now, wasn't it? Your 1,000 subs, but congratulations. Sorry, someone spoke then.
I was just going to say he was the guest on Paddy Boys yesterday. So.
Oh, right. I missed that. I missed the Paddy Boys stream. And we've got Mark Shabby again here, Tim Bainbridge. So is everybody else here? Oh, no, you're younger than me, aren't you, Jesse? You're not over 40 yet, are you? Where are you, man?
No, I'm at 33.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's good because we've got here I'm in my 50s. You're in your 40s now, and Jesse's in his 30s. So
spanning 2 decades of
multiple generations.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Oh yeah, I think I showed you that before. That was another gift I got off my sister, the Ralph McQuarrie. But look at the size of it.
That's so cool.
It is cool. I like it.
pocket sized.
Yeah, but she said she looked at some reviews, and there were people who posted a picture of it with their hand next to it because they were really disappointed at the size because they didn't realize. But I'm happy with that. But to be honest, now I think about it, because I love his art so much, I would love to have a big book of it and just see it. You know,
I bought myself a big 2-volume book, which is like $300. It was down to $180, but it's comes with like this in this beautiful box. Yeah, it's over on my shelf, and it's so heavy to carry. So, but if you're after like the ultimate McQuarrie book, that's a good one to go for. That's 2 volumes. Wow. It's pretty incredible.
Because my sister said to me, she said, I'd never heard of him. Have you heard of him? And I was like, yes. I said, is the Pope Catholic? I said. And then I said, it's like asking a Christian if they've heard of Jesus. You know what I mean? Seriously, I mean, he is the man. But she didn't know who he was, which is fair enough. But he is responsible for a lot of, what you see on the screen, right? He's the man.
Yeah. Still to this day, he's having influences on what comes out.
Yeah.
Rebels.
I'm talking to my nephew about Zeb as well. The Chewbacca previous design for Chewie was pretty much what you see on the screen for Zeb in Rebels. And even that freaky spider thing that you saw in season 2, that is a McQuarrie.
Yeah.
So it's lovely the way it's a bit like, say, I don't know, like modern Walt Disney World theme parks. They're constantly tipping their hat to Walt one way or another. It's that kind of thing. It's in the fabric, isn't it? The heartbeat of it all. Hello there, Craig. Love Star Wars and the Beatles. Yeah, that's right. Well, you're going to get a bit of that on this channel if you see my guitars hanging up. Yeah. Anyway, so do you fellas, have you ordered what's the next thing coming out is the Tantive 4 playset. Do either of you have an order for that? And when do you expect it?
Not yet. No, I will consider it. Hopefully I can find someone that wants to sort of pull the figure out, sell the figure separately, and then sell off the playset a little bit cheaper, and I'll grab a couple of playsets that way. Yeah. As much as I'd love a couple of more of the figures, but I've got 4 of the Rebel Troopers anyway. So,
wow.
Yeah, I still haven't got the Cloud City carbon freeze chamber, so I'm hoping to source one of them soon. But
a comment from Anthony Robbins. I've just noticed now. I've looked down. We've got more guests in. Should we bring them all on at once? Let's bring them in, because some of them might be pushed for time. Guests, look at these 2 special guests coming in right now. Boom.
Hi.
Look at this. Big Blubbity Blue. Who says Big Blubbity Blue? Post in the chat.
Hey.
Hi.
That's
Good morning.
You all right, Mike? Evening.
You've got the creme de la creme of YouTube Star Wars there. The forces with Jesse, Boss, Bounty, the BOE, and Usual Mac television.
And the birthday boy, only one Kenobi.
Thanks for coming on, fellas. I pinged a few links around earlier. Originally, I was going to do this on my own, but I just figured we'll have a few guests on, and make it a party.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, mate.
Thank you,
I
Tim.
got the balloon. You brought the balloons. Very nice.
I brought it. Fantastic. I should have brought some booze as well. I didn't bring that with me. Yeah.
How you going, Jesse? I've never met you face to face, have I?
No, you haven't. Good to see you,
How
Tim.
you doing? All right?
Yeah, very well.
Good.
It's very early in the morning, but I'm doing all right.
How you doing, Kay? All right?
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Cool.
And Tim. Hey.
Yeah,
Good to see you, buddy.
I don't know if you heard me, Mike. I did say hello. Sorry, mate.
Oh, that's all right.
I thought
I got a feeling to watch you.
I thought you guys had been on a stream or communicate. I could have sworn you had. I didn't realize this was a first. That's good stuff. It's like a party, isn't it, man? Tim, sorry, Tim. This is the Fortress with Jesse. This is Tim. I'm a terrible host. That's just all right. can all see each other in one go.
What have you been doing today anyway, mate? Been doing much?
Myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Birthday
just well, I got up late and then I've just taken it easy. I've basically done what the Blacked Out Ewoks has done, which is, what did you say? The square root of FA?
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday, taking it easy. It's been nice, you know, quite a relaxed day. And yeah, how about you fellas? What have you been up to?
Can't really
Just
do
roll
much,
out of
can you,
bed.
really.
Well, you can't really.
Down.
I've got work in 3 hours. I'll be there again.
Oh wow.
Why? What time?
My
is it
boss
now,
is
mate?
on. It is 7:22.
7:22.
I've got to be there at 9:30.
Mate, I really appreciate
I'll make sure
you
I
coming on,
watch
man.
Tim. I'm going to watch as much as Tim's stream as I can.
Yeah.
This guy.
Cool.
This
Are you
guy.
all set, Tim? Yeah. Are you all set, Tim?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Cool.
What are we on an hour and a half yet, aren't we? So, yeah, I won't stay too long, guys. But I thought I'd just come in and say hello and wish you happy birthday and all that. You know.
Yeah, appreciate Tim. Thank you. Do you know what, man? I tell you what, I'll be brutally honest. I'm terrible with this. When I come on live and do this, I always watch maybe some back and I'll think, why didn't I just take my time and go through the chat? I'm just literally flipping around the chat here with no plan whatsoever, no strategy, flipping on people. I don't know what to say. If I scroll down, will that not at least pull up the next one? I don't think it does it? I hit return. Terrible. Where's Dark Knight when you need him? He knows how to do this.
He knows the buttons to push.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry if I've missed anyone's chat. We have an all-star lineup. Yeah, this is amazing, isn't it? I didn't think we'd get the full house, but we have. Yeah, we've done well there. So yeah, Tanty 4, Tim. Let's talk a bit about that. Saw your review and
Yeah.
wait. I mean, obviously, I've bought 2 now. Have you got 2, or have you got 1? Have you tried putting 2 together?
I've only got that one. I've got another one coming.
Yeah.
From my UK order. My son's already sort of claimed half of it. You know, he always does it. But the thing that I've got the problem with it, I said it in the reviews. Like these 2 pieces are noticeably different color to this. I don't know whether it's like that in the film, but it's hard to pick up on camera. But these bits are like an off-white, and these are like gleaming white. You know, and you can tell the difference. Don't know if you can see. You probably can't, but
can't really tell here. No,
very, very faintly, but
yeah, in person, it's this. You know, like when a stormtrooper goes ever so slightly yellow. You know,
yeah,
it's that kind of thing. But I mean, this bit you can see in my camera, it's gleaming. But you can't take anything away from the set. What was that noise?
That's my son. Sorry. He's excited.
What was the bingo?
I thought it was the special brew.
Yeah, I saw that comment. Yeah, quite
but no, you can't take anything away from it. I mean, it's like just sitting there like that with a load of figures on it. It will look really good in anyone's collection room. You know.
Yeah.
Is it because the 2 pieces of plastic that are different colors? Are they different kinds of plastic? Is that why it's going to be like a gleaming one and an off-white one? Do you think they've made different plastics?
Possibly, because obviously those bits have got like moving parts of the doors. So possibly. I'm just checking the door actually.
I mean,
the doors are the same color as the outer piece. So it's not like they've tried to make the door stand out. You know.
You know those figures you had, Tim. You know, speaking of your son, and I've noticed this myself. I barely touch my stormtroopers, but they've got they're yellowing on the belt. They must pick up micro vesicles.
Yeah, my
helmet on your review. One of them really
doesn't get touched. He does not get touched, and even he is going ever so slightly yellow.
Just on the belt or the armor?
The belt to start with. And then I think the arms and legs are a different plastic to the torso.
Yeah.
But you know,
the new Remnant Stormtrooper.
Something I noticed today as well while I was setting those stormtroopers up for the review is that the Luke Skywalker and Han Solo haven't got hinged wrists, which is you need those for the Stormies, you know.
Yeah, you do.
So compared to the Rogue, the Rogue One is the definitive Stormy.
Yeah.
I mean, the Luke and Han do a good job as integrating with the two. Have you opened the one that came with the carbon freezing chamber?
I have.
Because I haven't opened that one. Has he got hinged wrists?
Let me have a look for you. But I was going to say, if that's the case, they are yet to release a definitive, so they could have hinge and then the correct. People go on about the holster. Let me just go and get him. One sec.
I know you can get the one from the carbon freezing chamber. You can get that from tunghori.com. He's got them listed on his site. So
yeah, the Rogue one.
He's gonna have a nice surprise.
No, the Empire one.
Oh, the Empire one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is him, but it doesn't. To be honest with you, it doesn't look like he has. But
Mystery Mando,
I'll just double check.
Champion.
Wow. Because I think that's just the Stormtrooper without the Luke head.
Yeah, no. So he's got that holster.
Yeah.
But he's not. Yeah. So what they could do is they could give you a bit of that with holster and then put that on the new O.O.K card, and then everyone's happy. Well, I will be.
Mm.
Just
the hell is
read the
this?
chat. Wilhelm.
I know having usual mic on a chat. It's confusing and weird because we're all talking and then suddenly you'll hear this.
I'm reading the chat.
Bloody
Catherine T said Wilhelm scream, and I just remembered my son was just screaming on the floor then in excitement about something else. It's a Wilhelm scream.
You see, the funny thing about the Wilhelm scream is when they get Ben Burr in Return of the Jedi, freeze! Ow! He does that. That ain't the Wilhelm scream, but that's somebody trying to do it, isn't it? Like impersonating it. How long ago was that comment? 820. What is it? 821 there. God, I find this really difficult, man. It's practice for me, training.
You got 20 quid. You got 20 quid from Mr. Mando.
I know Mystery Mando. Wow, what a legend this guy is.
He just bought you an action figure. There you go.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, that's exactly it. Anything like that would be invested in this. Thank you so much, Mystery Mando. Happy 40th O.O.K. Always silently watching and love the vids. Well, thank you. Mando salute.
Mando salute. Mando salute. He's a good fella.
I hope you're okay, T. Stay strong, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's really interesting, Tim. I didn't notice about the hinges on the Stormy.
I literally noticed it when I did the review. I was like, oh, that's a shame,
Well, the new guy, the flame guy's got hinges, hasn't he? He must have. I had him like that, holding the thing.
Yeah, because he's just the VC 140, isn't he? But with a different paint job.
Yeah, I just saw the comment there from Chad saying Luke and Han utilized the 2014 Black Series Stormtrooper body. So that explains that.
Yeah, that's right.
That difference.
Yeah. Shame.
And then again, going back to that thing, Tim, about the Rebel Trooper. It's such a waste of opportunity to put him inside the box as opposed to something else.
He should have come. He should have come part as one of the repack waves. Where everyone can just. I mean, obviously, you ideally want an updated figure of him because there are some. He needs the hips. He hasn't got hinges in the wrists either. But to sort of put him in that set, that's a bit naughty, isn't it? Really, because it's an army builder. You need.
It would have been nice if you'd had Leia. Actually, sorry, Tim, I talked over you. If you'd had Leia. That would have been a lovely touch.
Yeah.
There's one layer.
New one.
Yeah. I mean, you had a big issue with the Rogue One Vader. I didn't really care. I could tell in your review, you were like, oh, you've got a bit of an issue with it being a Rogue One Vader and it's a Star Wars. But I see them as all one, It's
they blend into each other. It's just the sort of the way the whole set is like an amalgamation of it all, really, and it's. I don't know. As I think I said to you on WhatsApp, like, why didn't they put him on a Star Wars card if he is basically the New Hope / Rogue One Vader? Put him on the New Hope card, but they won't because they've already got VC 93, haven't they? So they're not going to. They just want to get a new card out there, and
I'm so glad I never got that VC 93 because I never rated it, especially with you put it against that Black Series one, and people. I think I was sticking it to MG Villain. was only joking, but you know, he's always said, "Oh, you need to get that one, man." But yeah, that new one's amazing figure.
I think 93 is all right. It's better than VC08 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
with the horrible chain, you know.
Yeah.
How did you display your incinerator trooper in the end, Nick? Well, that's a good question, Stuart. And I'll go and get it now, and I'll have a little go with it while we're here. I never got round to doing it. Over the shoulder.
In a star case, by any chance?
Yeah, I have him carrying on the shoulder like that, like when he's walking in.
Yeah, that's tough.
Why is it hard to get him in that position, Jesse? Did you say?
I think tough is just slang for cool, isn't it?
Yeah. He looks tough walking in like that.
Bloody Aussies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You could do that. Well, I'd have to spend a bit of time. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll take full advantage of the hinge here.
Yeah, you can do it. It does look cool.
I might do that.
He's sold out on Star Action Figures. That one.
Yeah, where are you up to, Blacked Out, with your, you know, are you just dipping into the occasional one for modern vintage?
Yeah, I mean, I actually bought my first stuff today, so I went on Star Action Figures and bought 2 more Retro Collection Boba Fett's and a Black Series Princess Leia Hoth. So they're the first pickups of this year.
Oh, they got the Boba Fett's, have they?
Yeah.
Right.
So I thought that's the one you never see in the supermarkets.
Yeah,
so...
well, In Demand Toys had them on like pre-order for when they come out. You know, like the second run of them, if you like.
Yeah.
And that pre-order sold out. Cases of, you know, complete. But I didn't know Star Action Figures had them. I might have to pick one up because I did have 2, but I gave one to my son to open up. So
I've already got one. I've already got what? Sorry, Jesse. I already got one. So I thought I'd grab another 2.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I was in a Zing Pop Culture store yesterday, and they had about 12 of them in stock, and they're not listed online anywhere. So, yeah, if there's any other Australian folks watching, go and check out your Zing Pop Cultures because they might have them in.
Put them in store without putting them on the website. Isn't that clever?
Yeah, a bit cheeky.
This is a really good comment, by the way. Monsters, dinosaurs, and things like that. An updated Antilles, totally. Because the one that you can either have him in choke, or I don't know what else he can do. I think I've got him with his hands behind his back because it's those terrible swivel elbows. But that would have been an amazing.
They also needed to update the Moddy that came out because he's still in the choke thing too. I think Star Wars probably Moddy, yeah. I think Star Wars holds the record for most figures that are choking themselves.
Yeah. Oh, and that's right. Does the Captain Neither, does he do a choke thing as well, or maybe not? Actually, I've not got that.
Yeah, no, neither have I.
It probably holds the record for the most figures that need updating as well. If you think about, you know, Han Solo, Leia, Ben. We need a Vac-metalized C-3PO on a Star Wars card. There's, you know, Captain Antilles, Motti. There's so many in Star Wars. I call it Star Wars, but A New Hope. There's so many that need updating.
Squid Head, Death Star Droid. So many, definitely.
Speaking of the Vac-metal thing, Tim and everybody, I'm just off the back of what you were saying of the Vac-metal. I did a video for this obviously recently, and I've done a video for the other one, which is it VC81 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
the one without and that looks so dull to me. That silver paint, it looks just like painted plastic, which it is obviously, but this seems shinier, even though I think it's because of the weathering sets off the shine behind it. But somebody asked me about, how does it compare with Captain Phasma, the shininess? And I might have a look at that sometime in the future. But I don't know. I just thought it was terrible. If anything could have done with
it's blatantly the wrong. It's just the wrong color.
Yeah,
because needs to be a little bit darker would have worked.
Because if you look at his jetpack that comes with it, it's the same jetpack that you get with all 3, and it's completely different to his whole armor and helmet color. So that really annoyed. Well, you know, I said it in my review. It's just one of those things. I mean, it's still a brilliant figure, obviously, but It's just, just little things like that, especially when you've got because I had the one with the child first before that one. And it would have been nice just to have, as you say, that sort of nicer silver that you get on the build-up pack version, but without all the weathering, just would have been quite nice.
I mean, you've chosen to open that. I'm not touching it because I know I'm getting it obviously in the Razor Crest and it's got soft goods and stuff. So I've got no need in the world to open that one other than say to review it or whatever. So I've done that video just with it in the packet and I've just filmed him again loose, But if you want a clean one and you're not getting a Razor Crest, that's obviously your prime choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mike's doing that. Can you ever hear Mike giggling? Setting him off this time.
That's my kid.
Hi, Shabby. Hope all's well with you. Good vibes from John McGuire.
Yeah.
At Daniel Chart. This is right. Hasbro added 2 characters for the Jabba's Palace playset. Now they only add 1 figure. This is so true. The guy earlier, I think he was saying, Daniel, about having both. What did he say? Both Antilles and Princess Leia. That would actually work on the Rogue One. Well.
But they didn't change the price. They bring out the play sets and they had the same price for them all. But then, look, Jabba's Palace 2 figures, and then everything else has been 1 cent.
Yeah, it's outrageous, isn't it, Mike? That really, and you when I saw your review, Tim, before, I noticed that there's not much plastic in there really for 50 quid. It'll go down maybe, or it might not do.
$100 dues in Australia.
What the hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much there. There's not as. I mean, there's about as much as with the Jabba's Palace. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. It's just a way of getting carded collectors got to buy the set to get it. It's
you're buying a set of a game now.
I'm just holding this up for Anthony then. But so is Anthony saying that in the show that's full Beskar and they haven't got it right on the figure? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I've noticed
should the right pad match the left?
He did change that armor piece in season 2 to it was a part. He grabbed part of that Zero droid that was blown up in his ship from the prison episode from season 1. He replaced that piece with a piece of that droid armor.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, right. God,
I think I noticed that on the Tython episode.
So that's after he's gone full Beskar, then, right?
Yeah.
Oh right. So, okay, right.
That's what I was saying in a video recently. He had a lot of Beskar, didn't he? And he said something to the armorer on episode 3, season 1. He said something, or she said something to him, and he said, "It would be a real honor." And then the excess for Whistling Birds, but something else was said. And I was wondering if it was about this pack. Someone has now actually subsequently confirmed that the jetpack is made out of Beskar as well. But she only gives him that, at the end of season 1. Maybe she's obviously forged it, made it by then. But he did have a hell of a lot of Beskar, and considering one of the pads hasn't been done, he's only got a chest plate, he's already got a pauldron, the helmet, unless that's been recast or whatever, there's a hell of a lot going spare. So he either gave a lot to the foundlings, or I don't know.
He has the same helmet the whole way throughout, doesn't he?
Yeah. It is
he never upgrades that, does he?
Yeah.
Don't think so.
He does the shoulder first, doesn't he? With the one piece, the one payment. And then when he gets the big payment, he gets the whole shebang.
Yeah, he says it's lost its integrity. I may need to begin again. So, thanks very much. Star Guards Collector Jolofino. Gracias.
His Spanish is fantastic.
Cumpleaños feliz, eh? Me
¿Cómo
te
está?
deseamos
Happy birthday.
todos. Cumpleaños feliz. It's
I
funny
should
how
be
they
singing
don't
the
say
to you. It's your birthday.
Yeah, well, they don't say the name in the Spanish version. They just say, "We all wish you a happy birthday." Open. Yeah. Anyway, what's this one here? Tim, is there any smaller configurations or bespoke displays you can create with just owning the Tantive 4 corridor?
So, so these bits are removable, so you can have it like this door this way if you like you can with the Jabba's Palace. It can go that way or that way because it uses these pegs here. Can you do it on that one actually? Not sure. But you could I think you can take this piece out, but then the floor would be too long because the floor goes longer than the white bit. So I don't know. You can move bits around. Watch Anthony's Imperial Communique video where he moves, with all in stop motion. He moves all the pieces around. I just built it how it's in the instructions because I'm stupid. So.
I love that bit at the end with Anthony's. He goes, "Oh, and you got it the wrong way around."
Yeah, because you can't get that piece upside down, I think. Yeah.
And you can't have it go diagonal, which is a shame because he points that out as well.
Yeah, going around the corner would have been nice. Yeah.
Just Chad, I did know. Sorry, it's called the Rising Phoenix, but the thing is that she talks about something and she doesn't say Rising Phoenix in that third episode. So I guess she isn't talking about the Rising Phoenix. She said something and he said it'll be an honor. I don't know. I'll have to watch it again. But maybe it was. I don't know. I'll watch it again. Figure that out. Pretty. Well,
he gets the whistling birds at some point as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. And how good was that sequence with Fett as well? The things that shoot out of his kneecaps.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so good, that sequence. You just bloody blowing everyone away.
They absolutely nailed that show. So good.
And then that bit when he fires someone off with his brilliant. And then they all ran off, didn't they? They all
hightailed it out of there.
Nice shot, and he goes, "I was aiming for the other one."
Yeah.
So good. He's quite a funny guy, isn't he? Tamora Morrison. If you watch the extra features of Attack of the Clones, he's got a rain. He's got like a little umbrella up, hasn't he? And he's dancing.
Singing.
That's right. Yeah.
And Paul Logan or whatever he's called, is laughing. He's amusing him. And then obviously, if you watch the backstage of the Mando, he's playing a guitar with
yeah.
What's he called? Rodriguez. Playing the Mando blues on the sands of Tatooine. Great. Awesome stuff. Let's have a look at this one. Best bit of that episode for me was Boba saying, "Let's put the weapons down and have a chat." Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure how he was going to be in that. I thought he was going to go rogue and start like they were going to be totally, butting heads for the rest of the whole series or whatever. But they made friends, thankfully.
Yeah, I just love that Boba Fett still lives by like a certain code of honor. It's he's surpassed the whole working for whoever will pay the most. He does actually have an honor code there that he works by and lives by. So
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, I mean you can't get caught out by that. Have you noticed on the Ahsoka episode when he's putting the gun down, he puts the gun down, and so Mando takes his hand off the trigger and tries to catch him out, but he ain't quick enough for that. Blows him away. It's great. Awesome. Hi guys, 5 legends. How about that from Miguel Torres? 5 legends.
This guy's a legend today. The birthday boy, right here.
Yeah,
happy birthday.
That's a nice T-shirt you've got on, Mike. What's that?
Oh yeah. Oh, look at this.
Oh wow!
I love this shirt. They're gonna have to peel it off my back one day.
Comfy, aren't they?
They are
Surprisingly
comfy. I've got more Boss Bounty merch than I do my own merch.
Is that the thing that came in with the sweets, Mike? That thing, that little pack.
Yes, I've Tim sent it all.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
A long time ago.
You got some confectionery, I remember.
I'm always surprised by the confectionery. It's got to travel thousands of miles and it gets to Australia in good condition. And my wife said, "You're going to eat that?" And I'm like, "Oh, straight down the hatch."
I sent you a Republic Commando as well, didn't I?
Yes.
The orange.
Yeah.
I sent him one of those orange, the really cool Republic Commando things.
Yeah, we were looking at them,
more mine.
Yeah, we did well there. £3.75 for a period of time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Going into the entertainer.
Did you pick up any of them, BOE?
Yeah, of course. Loads. I'm a cheapskate at heart, so when I can pick up Black Series for $3.75 and the vintage collection for a while,
You're the man.
Cheap reviews, man.
He went out the door of them spilling out of his hands. What are you talking about?
Wheelbarrow.
Well, these days, it's what I can find in people's rubbish. That's what,
Yeah.
But you said this in a video recently, Tim. You said that, around about that time we were all leaving the entertainer, spending £100, but we had, loads of stuff, good stuff.
Yeah.
Paints and stuff.
All back stuff, wasn't it, from Spain?
Yeah, Italy, apparently.
Jack Colony, that's my nephew.
Right, Jack.
Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack.
Thanks for coming by.
There was nothing quite like going into the entertainer and seeing those figures on the pegs. Like, I mean, I know they weren't vintage cards, but it was like a wall of 3.75-inch Black Series, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And there was just so much choice. And, you're going, right, okay, yep, I'll have 3, 4, 5 Scout Troopers, 3 or 4, 5 Stormtroopers. I'll have a load of Jawas. And it didn't matter how many you took, because there'd still be loads for other people, because there was just so much. They're all in bins and pegs. They're everywhere.
You could go around to the different entertainers around London for me and just choose and pick what you wanted. And I mean, you were getting a Ahsoka Tano, the Black Series of her, for $3.75. So they had one. They had one in the window in Wimbledon, so I went up to the guy in the shop and said, "Please, can you go get me that figure?" And I had no shame. I was about 49 at the time, and I said,
"The shopkeeper, this guy got to be joking."
It's just a shame that they didn't have like Mara Jade and things like that.
They were rare anyway, so then. But the thing, it was nice that we got the Jawa, because I got all of that wave, around about that, like the Darth Vader and the Dagobah Vader and things like that in Sainsbury's in 2015 for £6 each. They were getting rid of that then.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Jawa was close in number to all of them, but it just wasn't there. And I just presumed somebody had bought it, but I didn't think it was possibly in the box. So, but then they all arrived. So there was tons of Jawas. I'm glad I didn't spend over the odds getting one from America or somewhere on eBay or whatever.
So
those Jawas,
they're all gone. Sorry. They're all gone. That's it. They're all sold out now. There's nothing left.
No, because if you go sorry, Nick. If you go into the entertainer now, you've still got like Ceremony Leia. She's still there. And
is she?
Jyn Erso and Black Series Jyn Erso. They're swinging there still.
They got Padme Amidala as well.
Yeah, Padme.
Yeah, there's a lot of Finns and there's a lot of Jyn Erso. Did you say Jyn Erso then, Tim?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, too many. I mean, they probably sent them all back to Hasbro, and even if they put them on a vintage card, they probably wouldn't sell. Nothing against her or they love the Rogue One film, but I don't know. There's just too many of her, I guess.
If she has a cameo in the Andor series, she'll sell.
Well,
got to get me a G2SO.
What's this word? There's apparently there's not going to be K2SO, isn't it, in this new Andor series? That was new news, wasn't it?
That was a rumor, yeah. We all got hyped up for it.
He said he's not in it, didn't he?
That's ridiculous. That's one of the reasons I'd want to watch it, because he was so good, and then he was like, you got the impression that they were like Chewie and Han. I
think what he said though was that he said that obviously they're going to see how he said you never know, that you see how the series goes, and then he might be asked to do it, because I think they've got to sort of test the water with it a little bit first, just to see if it's a hit. Because I'd love to see how he actually got him and then reprogrammed him and whatever.
They should be thinking, let's make it a hit and have him in it.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's obviously going to be set before he got hold of him,
Jack, you got to put Uncle Blacked Out Ewoks.
Oh, right here. This is a good question. Thanks, Andy. Andy Garand. any predictions on Hasbro Pulse Fan Friday? This is a really good question since we've got all these heavy hitters here. Because where should we start here? Who should we start with? Let's start with Jesse.
Oh, I don't know. Well, Mike was jumped into the comments of the stream last night. He said, "How much would you say there was 4 TVC, 6 Black Series, 2 exclusives?"
There might be more exclusives, but there's 2 that.
Of course, there's going to be more exclusives. There's always going to be more exclusives.
Summertime,
yeah.
But the gaming greats in the vintage collection, that's kind of an exclusive line. But I don't know how many figures they're going to give us, because when Black Series had gaming greats, we got like 1, then 2, then 3. We drip fed them. So I don't think they're going to go, here's a big wave of 4 straight off the bat. If they do vintage.
I doubt it, no, because they're a small, in terms of retailers, they're smaller than your Walmarts and whatever, aren't they? So they probably don't want multiple figures on all at once. They just want maybe 1 or 2 out there at the time. And if you just dumped 4 in there, they'd end up with peg warmers, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think if they don't announce Quill and IG-11 on vintage cards, I think there will be riots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Echo is rumored as well on his own card, but that might be later in the year.
I just want Arc Trooper Jesse. He'll come later.
2022.
Probably. I just want him on a vintage. I just want Jesse on a vintage card for reasons.
They'll do it eventually, mate. They'll do it eventually.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? Blacked out Ewoks. I don't know if you really have any thoughts on that kind of. Well, of course you do, but you're not really actively looking for that kind of product, really, are you?
Not really, son. But I'm more into the old stuff. So I'm sort of in the sort of action figure grader sort of school of chatting away and discussing bootlegs. I mean, Boss Bounty joins us in that sort of thing as well. So I'm into the old stuff.
He's got action figure grader with his miss cards. They're beautiful. They're bloody beautiful. I watched that video.
He's got 3 of them now. They're amazing.
Yeah. Amanda won a Lando card. Amanda won a Lando.
Amanda won a Lando.
Amanda won a Lando. Yeah.
The Mandalorian.
What would you wish to be anyway? Oh, sorry.
No.
Yeah, go on then. I was just going to say to Blacked Out Ewoks, what would you? We did a live stream a while ago, and remind me what would be your preferences or wishes to put in the modern line from the old days?
Definitely they do Vac-metalization again. I'm not sure they're going to ever do that again for some reason, even though they do it with Transformers. The Death Star droid on a Star Wars card. I remember that from the 70s myself. I always loved the way it shined in the sun, the figure. What other ones? The C-3PO, as you've said before. Squid Head definitely needs
I'm glad you said that. For some reason, I thought you would say that, but thank you.
Other ones, I mean, they've still got quite a few of the original 96 to do. So, there's loads they can draw upon and bring out eventually. And there's other figures from the Legacy collection that, could be put onto like Rum Sleg. That's one I've always wanted and I never got from the Legacy. And he goes for a lot of money now. So Rum Sleg from episode 1. He's that sort of spaceman, there's loads of figures. I mean, it's just Hammerhead, of course. Yep. Catherine T said Hammerhead. So there's tons of figures. Definitely a decent Luke Farm Boy, upgraded Princess Leia. Those are my favorite figures. Any had a Luke Farm Boy, the Han in the vest, and the Princess Leia.
That'd be such a nice start to 2021 if they say, "Oh, we are going to do Luke Farm Boy," because they've got all this stuff now, all these great heads. They're ready for it. Just get it done.
And as they've done the Boba Fett on the second card, the desert scene, they could do the Luke on the Gunner card. Obi-Wan Kenobi on the alternate picture and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, Hasbro's got such a resource there of what's been done in the past, and why don't they draw upon that rather than just, with the Luke Bespins giving us the same walking picture, which, is grainy, and it's, we're a bit fed up with that card. Why can't they give us the looking picture?
I don't think they'll ever give us that now, man, because they've had ample opportunity. And the last opportunity was last year, and they didn't do it. So I just don't think it'll happen. But could be wrong. I did a head swap, by the way, fellas, on Death Star Escape Luke. I took that stupid, shabby, what's he called from Scooby Doo's Shaggy,
yeah.
Head off, that terrible head, and I put on the head from the Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper, the new one, and it looks all right. It's got quite a long neck with the ball joint on, but with the head on, it looks a lot better. It's a lot smaller. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you.
I think what they should do for these, like when they finally get round to doing Leia, Luke, the new Han and whatever, they should bring them out on the cards that they always came out on, so the classic cards. But then they should do like a chase variant, like with the foils, but not foil, but just with the alternate image. So carded collectors can go out and buy two, because I wouldn't mind buying two. I'd want the Han Solo where he's like that, but also the one where he's like that on the return of, for the return card. Yeah. You've got the two Luke cards, the Bespin Leia. I mean, I know we've got her. Was it VC111? We've got her on. That's the first image. So I've got the alternate card on an actual vintage one.
Yeah.
But like when they finally give you a definitive figure, they should do that. They should just say, right, here's the regular release, and then here's the chase card for you to go and get as like an exclusive or whatever. They'd make so much money. I just don't know why they. The card images are out there, and there's so many. Like Yoda, we need a new Yoda, don't we? Like a definitive Yoda.
Yeah.
There's two cards for Yoda, so just do that. I don't know why.
That alternative one, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Oh man,
he's like sitting the opposite way.
If we were running Hasbro, we'd have all of that. We'd get it fast. Why they can't do it? Are their hands tied, or are they just not thinking about it? Or
I don't know.
I mean, last year they did put out two, like the Power Droid and the Luke Jedi. Those are just amazing cards.
Yeah. They are great, and we're
getting the Emperor this year, aren't we?
We haven't had official word. That might be what they announced, isn't it, on the Fan Friday, whatever.
Well, I'm thinking, to be honest, on the Fan Friday, we'll probably see the March, May, April wave, or whenever it is coming. So we'll see the Boba Fett, and we'll see the proper Bespin Escape Leia rather than the digital image, because
that'd be nice.
They're going to put people's hands in like 8 weeks' time, so we probably end up seeing them.
Right.
So it's about time unless we have like a whole ARC Trooper 5's situation where they didn't even promote that single carded figure at all. He just he was just in a wave, It's just he didn't get revealed on any of those. None of those live streams.
Yeah. They've never mentioned anything they've brought out before because they're embarrassed that they're like, we have brought that out before in a multi-pack. Yeah. So they don't like to mention that sort of thing. It's just, here it is, quickly, and take it away. Move on to the next thing.
Yeah, mini rigs. I don't know much about mini rigs, really, Tim. That's more of a vintage thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
I mean, I've got a few. I've got a few of them boxed, and I'd be definitely into that.
Is that like the thing on Hoth? Those guns on Hoth? Because I'd be interested in that. If that counts as a mini rig, like that. All right.
Yeah, that's a mini rig.
Well, I'd be up for that, man. Jesus, yeah, an updated thing of that.
And this one.
Yeah. Right.
TV7. Yeah.
TV7.
All right.
Capsule.
That was
springy legs.
There was a question for you as well before Black Dot Ewoks from Kevin Lucas. He said about what was your biggest bargain? I had it on screen for ages, but we were all chatting about something else. But I was going to dive in and answer that and say that your biggest bargain was that Big Master. What was that? $4.99 at Forbidden Planet.
Oh, that. Yeah. And that was the store you used to shop at.
Well, I didn't even know the vintage collection existed. I don't think I was even going there when it was out. I think I went in there in 2004 once, and then that was it.
Yeah, I would have gone in there then. No. Yeah, I might have actually. Yeah.
The thing is with K is like you could say like all of his collection is bargain because he bought it all in 1992 for about £1. And now for £1,000.
It's a good bargain. Brand new update on the older character. I'm not sure what we're talking about there. Is that? Thank you, James Andrews. We're getting some more Mandalorian figures like Paz Vizsla, Bo-Katan, and her team. Death Watch Mando, all in TVC. Paz Vizsla. Who's Paz Vizsla?
He's the heavy armored Mandalorian.
Oh, that's the heavy guy. Right. Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I've almost convinced myself that they're going to do the 3-pack of the Bo-Katan and her 2 buddies as the celebration exclusive 3-pack.
Oh,
that'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because then they would release those single carded, till the cow come home. So.
Yeah.
But Jesse, that 3-pack and Mike as well in Australia. How did you find getting hold of that? Because it was not exactly easy for us.
The Arc Trooper one.
Yeah.
I think my wife got it for me for my birthday, and I think she paid close to $200 to get it.
Yeah, $189.
Yeah, around about that.
What does that work out in English pounds?
Probably
£100. Was it £100?
100. Yeah, 110 pounds. Yeah.
My God. I mean, I got it. I was online, and the website was crashing. That I was buying. I think I got it off. I can't remember one of the two of them, Star Action or ID Toys, but it was a nightmare. And then they were gone and never to be seen again. I think they did reappear again a week later or something, maybe on Star Action figures, or someone posted, they're on now. Go, 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 go. I'm sure they would have all gone in like that then as well. But why did they do that? Like, they're big sellers. Why did they make them so?
Yeah, I don't know, because the Luke pack that came out the year before, the Luke 3 pack, that came out, and that was pretty well available to a lot of retailers down here, a lot of online retailers anyway. So I was able to get that quite easily for a reasonable price.
You can still buy the Luke 3-pack on Kapow Toys.
Honestly, no.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
millions of them.
It's the import one though, so it's £65.
Oh,
Still.
all right. Yeah. One way or another, I've got all those figures now. Sorry, blacked out. Sorry.
I was going to say I prefer those Lukes individually carded. The card backs are just,
Yeah, 3 decent ones, aren't they?
Yeah, Luke X-Wing,
3
Luke
classic.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys got any Hot Toys or what's the other one called?
Sideshow collectibles. I'll go and get one.
I've got a few.
I was looking at that the Child. I think the Sideshow collectible one looks better than the Hot Toys one, the life-size Child. And just looking at the prices it's been going for, it's all pre-order, I think. But I think that one looks the best. But I don't know. It sounds crazy. If I was to be tempted on anything like that, I'd have a full-size Child. Just for the sake of
There's what I don't know which one it is, but one of the Childs, they've done a running change on it, because I don't know if you saw it, but one of them had really red cheeks.
Oh yeah, terrible.
They've toned that down. They've toned it down now, and it's like a running change.
That was the one thing I looked at, Tim, and I thought that ruins it. They sorted that out.
This isn't mine, by the way.
Orville the duck, didn't he?
Mike's got himself a tasty morsel there. Look at that.
Oh wow.
That's not mine. I'm borrowing it off one of the local collectors to review on him. You know how good my reviews are, of course. You've seen my haphazardly unarticulated reviews. Yeah, it's the Boba Fett 40th anniversary. There's too much light on this. Yeah,
that looks great.
Yeah, in the Kenner colors.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And they spell color wrong. COLOR. There's no U. We've got to put the U in there.
That's the American way.
Yeah, it's the American way. All right.
Yeah, that's not mine.
We will have his hoodie toys. I love that when he. That's a creature. That's not.
It's actually Mark. I watched your video yesterday about that Palatoy list of the prices, and you made the point of the radar dish and the gun, the Imperial Right laser cannon being a accessory. So I thought I'd bring that up when Obi-Wan was talking about it, but then I thought I wouldn't be so, I don't know. So you brought it up at least.
Right. Let's see what else we got here. When we were kids, we wondered about mini rigs, like where did those come from, and thought they were humorous.
They were just off screen.
I mean, they were cheap then, so we didn't have that much money in those days. I mean, so a figure was 99p in '78, and then they went up by Jedi. They were about almost £2. So that was quite a lot of money in those days. So.
Right, sorry, I was a bit distracted by something on my phone. Are you cold, Jesse?
I've got the air conditioner on. It's freezing.
I was going to say it's the summer.
It's going to be a stinking hot day here, and I'm sitting right underneath the vents in the roof. So.
We've got our heatings on. I've got my heating on. I feel quite hot. Seeing you put that on. Plus, I was thinking of you in the summer. I thought, oh my god,
16 degrees here. Oh.
Yeah, we had 41 yesterday, and we're going to be at 41 today as well.
It's freezing here.
Thanks very much, Brett. Yeah.
41 degrees. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We get a few of those days where I am too, but only 29 here today. It's nice and cool.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's perfect.
Only 29.
I had Darth Prime on my chat. He was saying it was -4.
Yeah, that was good to see him. He was like, as I said to you on the chat, he was one of the first people I ever saw. It was that review he did of Dooku. This one, that Dooku, but he obviously I've made that custom now. Sorry, man.
I was glad I caught that chat in the morning because Jesse's been around for 10 years. Darth Prime 11. He's been around for a long time, so and Red Leader 1, and I've been around for quite a few years as well. So it's good to see a few old timers, even though you're not old, but you know what I mean. So
I've told Malcolm this before, but he was actually the first Star Wars YouTuber that I watched. Malcolm was.
Oh, great!
Back when he was 00 Fire.
No, because I mean I've said this to Nick. I haven't really been like a massive YouTube watcher in the past, but because when my son started just having stuff on YouTube, then I would, start watching stuff as well with him, and then I'd start browsing around or whatever. But no, it was when he used to like show off his ships and stuff, and a lot of the time he's moaning about like Hasbro not bringing out decent ships anymore. That's what it was. Like, why can't they make ships like they did 10 years ago or whatever?
Yeah.
But I used to like seeing his collection and stuff, and he always used to be in his shed. He used to call it.
Yeah, that's right.
He used to like moan about how hot it was in his shed.
Yeah, it's really hot in the shed today.
Yeah. He's about 2 or 3 hours north of me, and it gets probably another 5 degrees hotter up there. So I think he's up for a 44-degree day. So today it'd probably be up to 50 or 60 in his shed.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't sit in there and make YouTube videos.
Yeah, you wouldn't want any vintage cards in there, would you? They'd be warping.
No.
Off the bubble.
Is he a part-time fireman?
Full time, I think. Yeah.
Full-time fireman, right? Yeah, because he often talked about putting out bushfires and stuff, didn't he? And things like that.
Yeah.
I was speaking to my mate about this the other day because we were talking about the extreme temperatures you get in our lofts in the UK. It's either really, really hot in the summer or freezing in the winter. And he's been up and he's taken all his vintage collection out of it because of the fact that, well, they do, don't they? You get depends on how they are in the box. I think sometimes if the top of the box is touching the top, I think a little bit of pressure sets it off. I don't know if you've got any experience, fellas, with cards warping and changing due to atmospheric conditions or not, but
the retro collection.
Protect
Starcase might keep it in.
To be honest, I find they warp on my walls more in the Starcase than they do in a box because I don't know. They just my walls get quite cold, unfortunately, and I have to have the heating on, and then I have to like have a dehumidifier thing running just to. I mean, I had a bit of a damp problem in the corner of this room. I had to get it all sorted and repaint it, and then I could sort it out. And thankfully it hasn't come back, and I've managed to control the temperature in here a bit. But I remember the cards, like even in the star cases, they would just warp at the bottom there, just on the bottom.
Yeah. The last batch of star cases I got from Ian's Display Accessories, were a lot looser. They weren't as tight because sometimes when you put the back on, you really push it. And sometimes I used to think that was quite good, like a nice tight kind of like fit, and it'll keep it nice and firm. But actually, I think maybe if there's pressure left and right, maybe, you know, the bottom bit where there's nothing to keep the card sort of straight, whatever, that's where you sort of see that bend, don't you, going like when you look at it from underneath. But if they're a looser fit, maybe there's not that much pressure. You know.
The latest.
But they vary, those Protect Star cases, I find. What TVC vehicles would you like to see in 2021? I'll go first, then we will go from left to right to Blacked Out Ewoks, to Jesse, then bottom to Mike, then to Timothy at the bottom there. Blue Leader X-Wing. I'm just going to say that. And then obviously I'd love to see a figure of him as well. Blacked Out Ewoks.
Vintage collection
Probably
vehicle.
taking someone else's choice there by saying the blue X-Wing. I don't know, but anyway.
I'm thinking they've done the B-Wing, haven't they? Y-Wing they've done.
Well, they could do them again. Well, they could do them again on a different card. You know, you see them in, you know, multiple movies. And like
maybe as we said, the mini wigs, redo them, start doing them again.
The mini rig. Well, they did a Return of the Jedi Y-Wing, which wasn't so good. If they did a yellow Y-Wing, like a gold leader one,
gold leader, or Rogue One. Y-Wing.
There he is. I put it on the wall. That's the yellow one from is it the 30th anniversary? I can't remember. It's a really nicely weathered yellow Y-Wing. That one. Anyway, let's go over to Jesse. What would you like, man?
I was going to say the Blue Leader X-Wing too. I think that's an absolute given, and it's a simple repaint of what they've put out the last couple of years with Luke's X-Wing and Biggs's before that. But
having said that, though, wouldn't you prefer an X-Wing as good as the Poe Dameron one, because the mechanism in that was fantastic?
Yeah,
it was,
really good. As opposed to that stupid L joint, whatever you call it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Down and across.
But I'd probably go an A-Wing as well, like a Return of the Jedi original trilogy A-Wing. I'm not sure when they last put out an A-Wing from that film, but it's been a long time, I think. Yeah. Maybe original trilogy collection.
Yeah. Return of the Jedi box for that with Arvel Krennic as well, maybe on a card would be dream material. That.
Yeah.
Like Mike, usual Mike, what would you like? What would you like, usual Mike?
Yeah, vintage collection. We just had it in Black Series, but I'd like it in vintage. The Snow Speeder, because it's fit on the shelf a bit easier. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, it has.
You could have so I don't think they're going to do it.
I mean, if the 6-inch line didn't exist, you probably would have got something like that, wouldn't you? Because we've had the Luke Snow Speeder for vintage. They could have given you Zeb Seneca, for example, and that is a good X-Wing. I keep saying bloody X-Wing. It's a good snow speeder. It's on the shelf there. Someone did tell me, and I loved this fact. You can't even see it on the shelf. The Zeb Seneca one. Apparently, that is the original sculpt of the vintage 80s one, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And side by side, there is a size difference. The vintage one's a little more meatier, should we say, than the Luke one. That would be awesome.
Yeah, or a mini rig, small vehicles. Easy to display. That one that Tim held up before, the MTV7 with the spring legs on it. I'd like to see that again. Yeah.
Yeah, we've missed.
Because I've only ever made it
anniversary of
way back then.
Sorry, Mike.
Empire's gone.
Yeah. And then finally, Tim, what would you like for that?
Well, I would have gone for the Rogue One Blue Leader X-Wing, but next on the list would probably be Darth Vader's TIE Fighter.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And this is the ridiculous thing now. Is like we've just got Darth Vader, but he wouldn't be able to sit in it, would he? Because he's got the plastic things. So, that's a wasted opportunity, isn't it?
See, there isn't. You're right. You know, there isn't a decent TIE fighter for Darth Vader. Everyone available is this turquoise color, which I've never liked. That I want it to be a grey, like that vintage collection. It's a good looking vehicle, but a terrible technical vehicle because it's got faulty wings or whatever. But that would be awesome, and just like a subtle amount of weathering, like they've weathered the Slave One. It's not like dirty, but it's got a bit of grime on it. You know, these things should have something on them, man. You know, a little bit of something.
If we've got Biggs's X-Wing, we've got Luke's X-Wing, we've got a TIE Fighter, then we need a Darth Vader's TIE Fighter.
Oh, and somebody said this before in a comment, Moff Gideon TIE Fighter. That would be awesome. Imagine that with those wings.
Oh, yeah.
What a great call that is, Mark Lavender. Yes, my man. Completely
probably do that first.
They
having Mando was a hot show. Yeah, they'll probably do that one first.
Yeah. Sean Mac, thank you very much. I think I've missed a few comments here.
And then if I can just get another one sneaked in, speeder bike. Need a speeder bike.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Anthony Sword of the Imperial Communique. He sent me one of them, so that's an amazing gift. Thank you, Anthony. And yeah, absolutely, Tim. It's it's got to be done. Can be done.
I've had an idea. How about the blurg in a vintage packaging?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Big
Yeah,
time.
somebody asked before about creatures, and I didn't mean to ignore your comment, but they did ask, and that would be an absolute dead
A
cell.
mudhorn in a box. That'd be beautiful.
Ah,
Oh yeah. Like
the
the
new
reek, isn't
Wampa.
it?
Yeah, it's like a woolly reek.
Yeah, a woolly reek. Yeah.
Shuttle. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. It was nice hanging out with some of my fave YouTubers, but I have to keep going. Enjoy your day and night. Thank you very much.
So, guys, collector, good to see you again, my friend.
Yeah, cool stuff.
I think he's in Florida. I
Really?
believe.
No, that'd be awesome. I wish I was in Florida.
He's a Galaxy's Edge there. I think that's the droid. That's one of the droids from Galaxy's Edge.
I'd have a bloody annual pass, I think, to be honest with you.
Mm.
TVT Snow Speed is based off the original OT models from ILM. Wow. That's good to know.
Mm.
I ordered the Mandalorian helmet as well, and I don't quite know when that's supposed to be coming in the new year. Don't know if any of you guys get helmets or not.
Helmets. That one should be in March release.
Is it March, Mike? Is
Hey,
it?
give it in.
Okay.
Oh, it is in my country anyway.
Be interesting to see what they do for the Beskar look for that. From what I remember, the images look pretty good.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's just imagine a full Vac-metal thing for that. We talked about Vac-metal before. That pram is Vac-metalized, isn't it? For the one in
It is, yeah.
Oh.
So
if I ever got on one of those Hasbro Q&As, that's the first question I'd ask. I'd say, if you're doing the pram in Vac-metal and you made such a big deal out of mentioning the fact that you're using Vac-metal, then when are you going to give us R2-D2 and C-3PO in Vac-metal?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And the Death Star droid.
and the Death Star droid,
right,
yeah.
Don't forget the Death Star droid.
Well, I'll just say, does that open up the possibility that you could use that for those figures? Because it seems a nonsense that they don't do that, really. But,
It's crazy because they do it for Transformers. They Vac-metalize parts of Transformers.
And it's the same company, Hasbro. It's like Lucasfilm selling them. No, Hasbro, don't Vac-metalize our figures. It's strange. It's odd. It's an odd request for them to tell them not to do it when they do it with their other toys.
Apparently, it's got something to do with environmental issues or something. But what? As you say, if they're doing it for Transformers, then
If they were transparent about it, they would tell us. They would tell us if it was that bad that even like we can't do it because of this. But they don't say nothing. They're just everything's under wraps. Everything's quiet.
Well, it's actually a load of slob lobs then.
what's that?
It's actually a load of slob lobs then. Hasbro arguments.
Snob knobs.
Slob lobs, yeah.
That's a new one.
That's brilliant.
You got to watch Fine Laurie. They did a sketch called Countdown to Death or Countdown to Hell. So if you watch that, yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, Mudhorn and Blurg. Yeah, so sorry, that Vac-metal thing came up before Blacked Out Ewoks, and I forgot to mention the fact that they have used it, so they've proved that they can do it, and they should do it more, certainly for 3PO.
Or maybe they're just testing the waters then, to do it with something small and then go to a figure.
Yes, maybe they're just trying easing it back in.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Darth Emmett, all the way from Texas. All right.
Because I always thought it might have something to do with the fact, like a quality control issue. Because if you look at the vintage Death Star droid, it's quite difficult to get one that hasn't rubbed off in places and things like that. So maybe I thought, as they're supposed to be toys, if you've got yourself a completely Vac-metalized C-3PO and it gets played with a lot, will it rub off and stuff? I don't know, but
I got a job lot.
No, the thing is with the C3PO, I mean, I've got really minty ones that are 35. How many years old now?
that's because you've taken them off the packs, BOE.
But, but you know what I mean. They're still in top nick. I mean, there is the thing with the Death Star droid, finding a loose one in good condition.
Yeah,
but, that's why it's so expensive.
This 3PO here is the 2005 one from Revenge of the Sith line, which I got in the job lot, a really cheap bundle of figures, and I kept it carded for a while. But I thought I'm going to open him because it just looked like such a good 3PO. Not only I think it's the Vac-metal, set it off, but I've got him on my New Hope shelf. Because I suppose he'd be shined up. He's shined up in Revenge of the Sith, as you know. That's supposed to be 3PO in his prime, but he looks great next to R2. That one.
That's a great figure.
The articulation's terrible, but so is the classic 80s. But it's got that feel.
Does that one have the bendable knees?
No, it's got nothing.
No.
It's got 5 POA there.
The one
that came with Salacious Crumb's a good one, but he's got green all over it. So
he's got green over. Yeah, he's got a ball, kind of like it's like a ball on the waist there. Actually, that's quite good that you can see the wiring. Yeah, that's quite nice.
Great looking figure. Yeah.
Really
because they did a Vac-metalized one in Saga Legends, like in 2010, that came with the chair, the wooden chair.
I got that one.
That was a good 3PO. That's a good 3PO.
The Power of the Force 2 one, see, it was wrong, wasn't it? The head looked quite small on that one, like a bit of a pea head. But this guy seems to have a good scaling all around,
Yeah, it looks good, that one.
Yeah, really nice. I just saw it in the packaging and I thought, I've got to open this, Get it out. I don't keep much of that stuff carded anyway. I think I got it and I thought, well, I don't need to open it. I don't need another 3PO or whatever. I didn't have all this stuff set up at that stage. But anyway, it's fantastic.
I filmed that. Happy birthday.
Oh my God, it's Bugs Bounty. The very same.
Hey. There he is, right there. What do you always say, Nick? The man, the myth, the legend.
That's Jared Coyle. That's not Jared. Are you still watching, Jared Coyle? Can we have confirmation that you're still in the chat?
I still get people like turn up on one of my streams and go face reveal or whatever. It's like,
well, is that what you look like? Yeah, is that what you look like? I've seen that. Watch a few more of his videos, you'll be able to see what Tim looks like.
Yeah, I've got to get me one of them caps, Tim, the vintage collection. I want to speak to whoever is it, Padawan Bear, the guy who does
Padawan Bear. Yeah,
got to get in touch. And
I got some more the other day. I got a Palatoy one, and I got the secret action figure patch, which is like Bosk from the 80s,
Nice.
So I'm going to stick that on one of them. What's Mark saying there? Bet you do, Tim. I don't know what he's referring to. What I said. Did I say something? Did I say an innuendo or something?
What? Who's that you talking about?
The comment underneath the one you're on now. Mark said, "Bet you do, Tim." I don't know what he's referring to. You have to remind me.
Yeah. I know it's funny. We'll have to get some clarification on that. Just talking about your display, Jesse, and what I was looking at on one of your last videos. That setup you have, the 6-inch setup, isn't it, for the Praetorian Guards fight with the
Snoke throne room one.
Yeah, Rey and Kylo looks really.
It's what a lot of those Praetorians.
Makes you want to get into the 6-inch line when you see a setup like that.
I just wish they did the same thing with the 3 3/4 inch. Like, I wish some of those Praetorian Guards were a bit easier to get, and some of them were 5 POA, and some of them, just would have been cool to have different variants of the vintage collection Praetorian Guards come out in vintage cards, and you could, get 3 different ones, and because there's only 3 different variations of the Praetorian Guards, but there's 8 of them, so it's I'm on the hunt for another 6-inch Snoke because I'm planning on chopping him in half, chopping some limbs.
Yeah, with his tongue out.
Yeah, I was going to sculpt a tongue hanging out of his head.
What happened? The girl killed Snoke. Who do you think you're talking to? I love that. Do you know that's the one aspect of The Last Jedi I quite like the bit when Hook said, "Do you think he got him?" It just really made me laugh. I love that. That's enough. More. There's little bits of that film, but just were quite. They got it right. And then, yeah, that's all I'll say about that. There he is. He's still here. You watching? There he is. Now that makes him even more legend because it would have been really awkward, like gone, wouldn't it? You know? Imagine if he left it, like, oh, he's not even here. He's there. Good man, Jed. Yes, indeed. Liam Barclay, thanks very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. So yeah, as we are hastily racing towards 10 o'clock.
Timothy, I've got to go soon. Actually,
yeah.
Oh, really?
So, this has been really nice because
it's been good to chat with you all. It's been awesome.
Yeah,
likewise.
That's me sort of subtly suggesting maybe we draw this to a close, gentlemen, but we could talk forever, couldn't we, really? There's
absolutely
subject matter, lots of people in the chat still. Any final thoughts anyone wants to say, or any other final questions? Quick fire. Let's have them in the chat. See what we've got here. What's this here? Best thing about The Last Jedi was Aid Edmondson was an officer. Well, that's one of the things you see. Monsters, dinosaurs, and things like that. That whole first sequence, I could not take that seriously. Changed to this sort of like looks the camera with a sniffling weasel guy, and then Eddie Hitler was there on the bridge, and I couldn't take it seriously. I mean, even bloody Red Letter Media said they thought we were actually thinking, was this whole thing a joke? Because I thought it was some kind of mad comedy thing.
When the young ones are there,
we
have to lie.
It did feel like a spoof, didn't it?
Yeah. Gotta love the young ones, though, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you don't get rid of the First Order by the time I count 3, I'm gonna chin you. Edward, Elizabeth, Hitler. I love that spot, man.
I don't know if Jesse's old enough to remember. I don't know if Jesse's old enough to remember the young ones. Oh, you are?
That might be your Australian young ones then. Obviously, you do.
Yeah, it was on the ABC.
On it.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Brilliant
What are the British comedies you know over there then?
Oh, we got Are You Being Served played to death. We had it on repeat for 10 years straight. Yeah.
Are you free?
I still love it to this day. Are you free, Mr. Humphreys? I'm free.
I'm free.
And I think the whole cast is dead now. The whole cast. I think. Oh no, maybe one left. One left over. Mike Spooner. He was the young fella who replaced one of the blokes who died 3 times over. The cast member. He died in 78, and they replaced him. That guy died. They replaced another guy, and then there was a young guy right at the end of the series, and he's still alive today. Mike Spooner, the only cast member left out. Are You Being Served?
Dad's Army. That's brilliant.
I just wonder if you got things like The Fast Show and Alan Partridge, that kind of thing, 90s comedy.
Partridge in the Office just can't be beaten.
Yeah.
Partridge in the Office. Oh, and Only Fools. They're my 3 favorites.
Yeah,
that's only 2 or 3 of you getting the crest. Yeah. There's Razor Crest.
Yeah.
I don't. Jesse's not getting one, are you?
Yeah. I'm getting that. Yeah.
Ooh,
Blackout.
it's $700 Australian dollars.
To get those card backs inside BOE. I don't know.
Do you think when the Razor Crest gets here, they'll still have collectors offloading their figures, like to get their money back on the crest? The ones that I'll sell off the Joe, I'll sell off the child.
Absolutely.
There'll still be collectors doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to say, Tim, David Brent, what would he say about the Razor Crest? Yeah, got destroyed. Bit annoying. So, but wow, it's got my orders in anyway. So,
like I said,
joke's on me.
Yeah,
the sale bar,
eBay twice the price. Yeah, so
the sale bar's got going up 38 years ago.
I love David Brent.
Right, I'll have to go, guys. It's been awesome, guys. I've got to go. So, thanks for having me on, mate. It's been awesome chatting to you lot.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye. See you in the comment section.
Bye.
And then there were 4. Are we going to all shuffle together now? Yes.
Say hello to Jason for us.
I'm not aware there's a big live stream happening on his channel in about half an hour, so we'll probably wrap it before then. and then it's guests. I think it's Jason from Yak Face. That's so much better now he's gone. Let me finish my sentence. It's better now he's gone because I can now see your face, Mike, usual Mike in Australia, and Jesse. We've all come closer together, and now we're all bigger, and I can see you guys better. No, but that was good that you stayed way longer than I expected. That's amazing.
It's your birthday. You're in your 40s. It's exciting times. Life begins at 40.
Well, that's what they say. Life begins at 40, Jeffrey. Fantastic stuff. So yeah, thank you. Yeah. Very good. That's funny.
Hey, Dean
He's passed away as well, hasn't he? The guy who played him a long time ago now. Great father Ted. D. Thompson just had a notification that you're on in 30 minutes, boss. Yeah, that's probably why he.
Yeah.
Hey, Bale. Tim got his own notification. I gotta go.
Fellas,
I would like him to ask Jason. I'd like Tim to ask Jason if at the end of their conversation, how does he feel about all of us in our videos when we say, "Oh, you know, rumor from Yak Face." I want to know how he feels about us always giving him constantly shout outs, because there was a lot of news sources when I started this, and he's sort of like the one that's like the most stable, I could say. Yeah, there's not pie in the sky rumors are always here, there, and everywhere, but his are the closest to what sort of comes true. So I want to know how Jason feels about us all talking about him all the time on all videos. So
he had his show, The Realm Recap, with Fly Guy, and used to watch them.
Yeah, I used to watch it all the time.
And also, he would appear, I suppose, as well, Jesse, as well, you'll know this as well, in Boring Conversation Anyway. That was Fly Guy's show. I used to like watching that as well. Now that kind of disappeared, and he's got into the whole, he's really gone to thick since, hasn't he, Fly Guy?
He's always been into sort of a bit of everything, Fly Guy. I was lucky enough to be on Boring Conversation a couple of times years ago. And yeah, he sort of always he did like a side channel as well for a while where he was doing all his other toys and then having his Fly Guy Star Wars, and then he's now he decided to merge it all into one.
But to his credit, for all I used to think he kind of turned his back on 3 3/4 inch, he still reviews it because he does have it on his channel. But he was just like the guy I used to see, Fly Guy, I mean, on YouTube. I talk about seeing Adam was one of the first people I saw, but then when I looked into it further, Fly Guy was like vintage collection, was just he was all over it, you know. That was him. He kind of really sold it to me. I thought, wow, I want to get into this. But back then I was loose. I was loose. I was a loose collector. I wasn't thinking about keeping anything carded. And he used to say, I'm an opener. And I used to think, yeah, why would anybody want to keep anything carded? Get it out. But I've now gone to the dark side of knowing what it's like, because it does look great, doesn't it? Especially
it does.
It's a lovely art.
Jesse, do you remember a channel? This is 10 years ago, if not a little further back. Micah 6v8.
I do remember that name.
Yeah. Because he disappeared, but he was a great sort of had a lot of old stuff, but he was into the vintage collection, and he did videos that sort of showed the history of the vintage and the figures that he had, modern figures as well, and the evolution of figures and stuff like that. So that was a great channel back in the day. So
yeah, it's been a lot of great YouTubers over the years that have sort of come and gone, and there's some of the guys that were in it really early. You know, they've sort of just disappeared over the years, but I know life gets in the way, and you know, sometimes you got to take preference over your hobbies, which is unfortunate, but it happens to the best of us.
Well, I always think that people stop doing YouTube because they stop growing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, people stop doing YouTube because they stop growing. That's what I've always thought. If your numbers aren't going up, they just sort of think, well, I'm not really getting the audience that I'm expecting, so they just pull the pin and just become a viewer then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
My channel's never been massive, so I just love it. I just love doing it. So, you know, I like sharing what I got and all that sort of stuff and waffling away, and you know, so
we still watch.
You said to me that there was a time when you just wanted to put photographs up. It was all about photography, wasn't it?
And music, and that's the video I've just done today. Is videos on my vintage figures and to music. But that's what I like to watch. So I've made the video for myself.
You sounded like George Lucas there. Just gonna make movies for myself. Oh, yeah, it is like that sometimes, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. Wow, it's my movie.
Yeah, but there's a couple of others. We were talking about some YouTubers that have disappeared. Like, you wonder what happens to them. What's that guy called? Laugh It Up,
Fuzzball, yeah, him. He was great. He did loads of vintage collections in the sort of 2010 to 2012, 13 era.
Yeah.
Now, Budget Jedi still kind of exists because there was a period of time he was commenting on my videos. I was quite flattered by that because he's got like 20,000 plus followers, I think. Has he not?
Budget Jedi's. Yeah, he's still around, but he doesn't. He's obviously he started a family and his kids, and that probably takes up more time for himself. But yeah, he's still around. I see him on Facebook and stuff. But...
And there was a guy. I think I've discussed this with you, Black Dog. He works, but Jesse as well. Since I've got you both together, there was a guy who is in Alaska. He was in Alaska. He might still be there.
Yeah.
Supreme Obliterator.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, I do remember him.
Yeah.
Way before I was on YouTube. I used to love watching him.
Yeah,
such a knowledgeable fella. Like, he knows his stuff.
Yeah, great.
It was very intense, but
it was intense, man. Yeah.
Just his energy. He had a lot of energy.
This figure, it comes from 2075. What's it now? 1940. And it's a repack of the so-and-so. Bang, bang, bang. Information. Wow. Amazing
There's
stuff.
Chaz. We're streaming in the daylight. Chaz is Chaz the guru. Yeah. You get the boys into G.I. Joe Classified. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've done that, mate. You've done a little bit of a transition into G.I. Joe.
Yes, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
The reason for that is that there's a lot of clones coming soon. And as this one hasn't seen too much of Clone Wars, it's not like I'm going to be overly enjoyed. Oh, I have to get that figure because I have no connection to that figure. So while you guys enjoy your clones and all these other characters, there's some G.I. Joes for me to collect.
Cool, man.
It's never too late, Mike.
Come to the clone side.
binge away, my friend.
Can you make the George Lucas voice?
My name is George Lucas. I'm the creator of the Star Wars trilogy.
Something you got to really dry your throat out. It's hard to do. That deepfake guy who does it, I've forgotten the name of the guy who does it, but he is so good.
Josh Robert Thompson.
Yes, and he also does a really good Bobby De Niro. Have you seen that?
I haven't, no.
Oh, check out his cooking with Barbie. Got to get some salami on the go. You have to tenderize this meat a little bit. What the fuck are you doing? You like this? My language. Sorry. He's so good though.
And Joe Pesci.
And he's got like an assistant bringing on food for him, and he starts to lose his patience. Why can't you bring this on a little quicker? We're doing a program. He's so funny, man. Really good stuff. The Sith Lord 229. Yes.
Yeah, he was great.
Oh, he's what now?
Oh Lord. I met him at what is it? The last celebration in London.
Celebration London. What year was that?
2016.
Sure. 2016. I've never been to anything like that, man. I would love.
They're great, man. If there's one again in London, that'd be great.
Well, all this stuff clears up. The only thing I've ever been to that is Star Wars is Echo Base Live, and that was amazing. That's only a thing in a little supermarket. Well, a shopping mall type thing, But it's still really good. Amazing exhibits and stuff.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Yeah. So let's have a look at Power of the Force. What's this here? Let's have a look at it. There was a guy who I used to watch as well. The video of George Lucas randomly returning.
Oh yeah, him.
I love that. That cracks me up every time I see it.
Yeah.
Power of the Force 2. Yeah, he's great.
There's the full video of that, which is like an hour or 2 hours, and then there's the one where somebody's cut it and then they put music on. But I think somebody should put the Star Wars fanfare when he appears.
There's like that split second where George walks past and he's like, "Oh, okay, they're not filming because I'm here."
Oh yeah, that.
It's just like, "I'll get up and get on my business."
That's so good. My mate told me about that. And Jesse, he was not far from you in Australia when he was in the. Speaking of shopping malls, he was in the food court, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was eating $7 noodles.
$7 news and a can of Coke.
Yeah, just reading the local newspaper.
I went to see episode 1 and Rick McCallum was standing behind me.
Rick McCallum.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I love Rick McCallum.
It's so dense. Everything is so whatever that line is.
I like when you go back and watch the episode 1 documentary. Like when you know how much he swears, you can actually pinpoint the spots where they've cut out his swear words.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that documentary because by the end of it, they're watching what they've made, and they're sort of saying they've gone out there in terms of filmmaking and what they've made, and they've been very experimental and stuff like that. whilst everyone else is sort of like sort of dumbstruck.
Yeah. When the whole set's wrecked for the pod race.
Oh yeah.
And he says, "This is so grand." It's so grand. But yeah, nightmare. Alrighty.
3 3/4
Let's see what else we've got. I'm a bit behind here.
Oh,
Retro 3 3/4.
yeah. They're not available in my country yet. Still waiting.
Happy late birthday, only one VC collector here, and I watch you guys every day almost. Well, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Mackenzie. It's amazing, really. I'm almost at the end of the vintage collection, the quick shots or whatever. I'm up to date with that, which is nice to think that I can just have them all behind me. And I don't do something else. Exactly. Absolutely. But also the fact that like when stuff has arrived for me, I've held back thinking, I'll do it in the quick shots. And, I could have done a review of this fella a long time ago. And it's now I don't have to worry about that now. I can just get review stuff when I get it, Mm-hmm.
And it's a good resource though for you, because whenever you want to refresh your mind about a vintage collection figure, you just go to the video.
Yeah, I was just thinking now I've got a whole archive now, the whole thing on YouTube one way or another.
Barely visible.
What's this?
Oh, the retro stuff. So it's eating into the new collector.
Very good.
So love the new view, right? Thank you. All my old videos. There's one from 2015 that's cringe. I shot it outside. It's terrible.
What you like?
Yeah. My first video, my first review was outside. I sat on a park bench with a box of toys, and my son shot it, and it was outdoors, and the wind's blowing, and you can't hear anything. And I'm looking into the microphone like this, like down the barrel. I'm like all squinty eyed because it was all sunny and terrible. No personality or nothing. It was just like I don't know what I was thinking.
Does anybody have Tanty 4 set yet? Not myself. Bingy does. Tim from Bosk's Bounty has. He's just been with us. And there's a few in America, like Anthony from Imperial Communique. There's a few reviews out now already. Looking forward to it, though.
Yes, it's not available in this country till next month, at least next month, late February. I don't know how you got it so early.
So just
you UK fellas, vintage. Yeah, make a shelf ready. Make a shelf ready for him.
Well, that's my Tanty. See those stormtroopers there? That's all Tanty 4 stuff, and then I've got the Rebel soldiers next to where the balloon is covering it. But I'm hoping it will go in there.
Just behind the balloon, fellas.
Jesse picking up the pod racers, classic.
Yeah, I really want to get Sebulba's pod racer now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to fly that.
I've got that.
I want to fly that around the house as well.
Yeah, I've got the pod racer.
Yeah, I've got Anakin's one. It's on the floor here somewhere. But I'd like to because you can get two types, can't you? They did the movie hero one that was 2012 that was slightly better maybe, but you didn't get a figure with it though. So and I'm in a bit of a dilemma as well at the minute, fellas. I don't quite know which Boss Nass to get. Boss Nass is one of these figures that I should have but don't have it. And why haven't I got it? It's not like it costs a lot of money. But I probably because I don't know which one to get, the one from Power of the Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know which one I've
think
got,
that's
to be
the one
honest.
I've got. I think I've got the Power of the Jedi. Sorry, Jesse.
No, that's all right. Yeah, I'm not even sure which one I have. Do you
I've
know?
looked at one of them looks quite smiley, like the kind of like the bomb, the kind of smiley, jokey one, and then the other one looks a bit more serious and stern. Like I quite like the 1999 one. I'm thinking of getting that one.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we were discussing on my stream last night is one figure that's gotten really, really expensive is C.O. Bibble.
Babble, yeah.
Wow.
And
I thought he always was, to be honest.
There's one going for 90 Australian dollars. It's
£45.
I think I paid $3 for this.
Really? Wow.
I wouldn't want to pay any more than $3.
I've got Palpatine and I've got Chancellor Valorum, but that's it. And I like those figures; they're nice.
Yeah, I still need Valorum. He's one I don't have yet.
But have you noticed on the Clone Wars, the guy who voices Senator Palpatine, which is Tim Curry, I think, and he says that's that episode when they go and find Chancellor Valorum, but he calls him Valorum. He says, I seem to remember it was Chancellor Valorum who was the Supreme Chancellor when this all happened. He was just trying to basically brush him. They were looking for Cypher Deus, that's right. And he said, I have no knowledge. But he called him Valorum, and I thought, well, how did they let him get away with pronouncing it like that?
I don't know. I think it's the same with all the other pronunciations in Star Wars. Like there's Han, Han, there's Leia.
And of course, the king, the guru, George Lucas. He's the only one who says Doku, and he calls it Mos Eisley. Mos Eisley. Everyone says Mos Eisley, but he's the man who created it all. So really, what he says should go. But he's the only one who pronounces everything differently.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? There was he called it Hoth.
Hoth. Did he? That rings a bell.
Hoth and Nebu. Nebu.
Nebu. Mos Eisley.
He just made it all up as he went along.
Yeah. And Doku was poison in Japanese, correct? I think. Oh yeah. So my mate from the 40th, I didn't know who this came from. I got home from work yesterday, and in the bin bag and also some wrapping paper was this. No address, nothing. So I thought, who the hell has left this on my doorstep? Someone obviously knows where I live. So I thought, is it my mate Matt? And it turned out it was him. But I like this set because it's got that in it. Look at that.
Oh wow.
The guy with
that's cool.
Thing. So I wouldn't mind having him loose because he's
FN 2199. That's his name.
That guy, isn't it? Traitor.
Yeah, yeah.
TR8R.
Because all of these are I've got all of them loose one way or another, all these. I mean, it's like the kind of thing you saw in Home Bargain a while ago.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know where he got it, but I've not got that, so I'll open that. For sure, get him out of there.
Nice set.
I just picked up this one the other day. These were down to $29 from $75.
Wow.
Yeah, 75 Australian dollars. 29.
Wow. For 29. So.
Yeah.
Sith Lord pack.
I would have bought the Empire pack of that if they'd had the Royal Guard in, because I want another one of those 5 POA Royal Guards, the really lovely sculpts, hard goods that came in. I should have got another one from the entertainer, but because I always want to have two of what, not just one on its own. That's wrong. So at least you've got two symmetrical kind of thing.
I'll hold that thought, because I've got 3 and I've been wanting to get a 4th and I can't find a 4th. So next time we do a trade, I'll send you I'll send you my 3rd.
Let's do it, Jesse. Well, let's get talking. We'll do business. What else you wanted? You were looking for thingy, weren't you? What's it called? Enfys Nest, weren't you? Vintage collection Enfys Nest. So we'll negotiate a package, man. We'll do something.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's a hard one to get here. That Enfys Nest is not an easy figure in Australia. We never got that wave. Didn't get wave 2, 3, 4 from the vintage.
Well, you know why, Mike, don't you, Mike?
Because we got so much of wave 1 when it started back up. And the 100 million figures they sent to Australia on the Snoke wave, and we never saw any other waves after that because no one bought how many they brought into this country. Too many. It's scary.
Look at this comment here, cheeky bastard. Now, I was going to say, Mike, you know why? Because Enfys Nest has been a constant irritation forever. Huh? You see what I did there? That's a line from. So, only one apologies if this has already been asked. Why the Donkey Kong arcade? It takes up so much space. Yeah, do you know something, Dan? I really don't. I wish I didn't have it now because I went through a bit of a period of being obsessed with Donkey Kong. I watched a movie called The King of Kong, and I started playing the game. And I went so far, I ended up getting a machine, but I could do putting loads of shelves up in there. I could put some what are they called now, Detolfs in there, and oh man, I don't want that machine no more. It does look cool though, but I'm past my Donkey Kong thing now. So yeah,
Straight onto eBay.
I love that emoji. That's the guy from Doom, isn't it?
Anyone want to buy some holders?
I want to buy some holders. Yeah. Want to buy some holders? You don't want to sell me holders. You want to go home and rethink your script. your movie. Yeah. Billy Mitchell rules. Yeah. Well, he's just amazing and controversial character. He's involved in so much controversies, but he seems to just blag his way through the dangerous waters or whatever. And I don't know. I love Billy Mitchell, man. He is a legend. My sister hates him. Well, watch The King of Kong and make it your own way, but he's funny. Anyway, this has been an amazing chat, fellas. Thank you so much. There is the stream starting in a couple of minutes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you,
happy
man.
birthday, mate.
It'll go on forever, so thank you for joining me. Usual Mike, Forces with Jesse, and Black Dot Ewoks. And when I edit this video, or I'll put links in the description for these guys' channels. But thank you everyone for joining us, and see you all very soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, folks.
Goodbye.
A quick comment in the chat. Boom. And that is it.
Cheers.
This chat in 3,
Oh, you talking there.
2, 1. Boom.
Bye.